Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Rap Podcast. This is episode 8, and I'm JP Bonilla, and this is my co host, Javi.
Welcome. Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, another episode. Episode 8. We're close to episode 10. Pretty
10,
good
almost
stuff.
there.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 9 weeks. Except we just had to miss the podcast episode, but that's beyond the point. So yeah, let's just get into all the news because we got a lot today. So
Let's
let's do this. So we start off with the actor strike finally ending. We've talked about so many times on our podcast. It's pretty much last a whole podcast. But yeah, now it's officially ended.
All the strikes are done.
yeah.
Writers, actors, because we've been mentioning it basically just about on every episode of our show.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Movies, TV shows, they're back in business.
Oh yeah, and it's pretty great to see. I'd love to see it. It seems like they got everything they wanted. That's all you want to see. That's all you need to see. The executives got. They expected something else, and they found out, and it did not work out very well for them. So, congrats to all the actors for winning, and the executives. Be sure to in 3 years. Got to prepare something better than what you did this year because you don't want. I know you don't want another strike.
You don't want another
financials.
Strike. Yeah.
Yeah. So those execs right now, not too happy, not too pleased, but that doesn't matter because they have more power than actors. Yeah. But I'm just glad to see it's over. I'm glad that the smaller actors will finally get back to work.
They get credit for their work.
Yeah,
too.
get credit for their work. And,
no AI taking over, none of that jazz.
Yep. And then they get their pay, they get to make a living and everything, because these strikes have destroyed them. But they knew what was going to happen when they were striking, and they knew it was worth it at the end of the day because here we are. They're back and they're ready to go. So yeah, that's how we kicked off today's show. And on to the next news. We're talking about TheMarvels, a movie I reviewed on Friday. Sadly, it bombed at the box office, only making 47 million in domestic sales. You saw my review. I think that this movie was pretty decent. I liked it. But am I kind of surprised that this happened? No, I'm not really that surprised, to be honest.
It definitely, with its marketing too, it kind of came at the verge of the strike. It was still with the marketing, so that was a factor too. And another factor is probably just a lot of Marvel, and I know mostly a lot of audience and some critics were kind of mixed on Captain Marvel when it came out. So I definitely think that played into a factor. But with your review, I saw your review, and it looks like for the most part, I mean, you enjoyed it. But I think with your rating, it sounds like it's a movie to be mainly to watch at home. It's not like a run out and go see it at the theater type.
I would say that's the case. Yeah, with me, I have A-list, so it's fun. I want to go see it too because it's another movie to see in the theaters. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like a movie where you're like, oh, you have to see it now. I feel like you could wait for Disney Plus to see this movie,
and it should be in Disney Plus. I'm assuming probably by September, like February.
Yeah,
maybe the end of January.
Oh yeah,
somewhere around
I think
that.
so. Around January or Februare, somewhere around that. But like I said, it sucks because, like I said, a lot of great actresses in that movie, a lot of great actors. Iman Vellani was great as Miss Marvel.
Yeah. I'm hearing that a lot. I'm hearing that she actually is really like the best part of the movie.
She is the best part of the movie.
That's what I'm hearing a lot.
Her and Nick Fury were the best parts of the movie for me personally. Captain Marvel was pretty good. And Monica was solid, but I think those two stood out a lot more to me. Nick Fury didn't have like a huge role in there, but it was enough for me to so yeah, he's every time he was there he shined. But definitely Iman did the best out of everyone.
Nice.
She was just awesome. Like I said, she had like a Peter Parker charm. You can relate to her so much, and it's just so
because she's a lot younger too. Yeah, and definitely want to be a part of the Avengers, I guess.
Yeah,
the Marvel family, and and then I was looking her up too. She's actually very young too. She's like 20,
she's my age,
22.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's something to a factor. So it definitely seems like the age and the roles kind of suit her well.
With no credits before that either. These are still her first credits. This is her first movie credit. Yeah,
because she did the Miss Marvel, right? And that came out last spring or something like that. Yeah, and I haven't seen it, but I heard good reviews of that show. So yeah. And making history too. Her character is Muslim.
Yeah.
So making some history with that. You don't really see that too
Muslim
often.
superhero.
Yeah.
To be in the MCU.
Nice.
But Yeah, it sucked that this movie bombed, but like I said, I'm not surprised. Also, the marketing of this movie was horrid, I would say, too.
Yeah, it was a
Especially
tough.
that
Yeah,
final trailer, dude, because the
yeah,
final trailer made it seem like Thanos was actually gonna be like, like Thanos had a part to play in this movie. Like
mhm,
that last trailer made you think like Avengers Endgame had any relevance to this film, and it does not.
does not want.
Because they had like they put in a line that Thanos never said in the movie. It's like, oh, someone else will be will come along to finish my work. And they cut to the villain of the movie, but like she has no connection to Thanos, nothing. In fact, she's not trying to do. I can't spoil it, but but she's not trying to do any of Thanos' work. It was just terrible marketing. Disney just failed with this movie, and also the actor strike didn't help either, but
Yeah,
Disney failed marketing this movie properly. It just I don't know, it's sad, but hey, we'll see what happens next time. I think the next movie and only movie of 2024 is Deadpool 3 for the MCU.
yeah. Which they
uh
put a new release date,
yeah,
so come out in July
yeah, that's another
2024.
thing. Yeah, for the MCU, Deadpool 3 got moved to July. Captain America got moved to February of next year, of 2025, sorry.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because apparently it's been getting really bad reviews in the test screenings, which is sad to see also. It's like, come
Oh,
on, man. What's going on? So hopefully with reshoots they can fix the movie.
fix the movie, improve it.
Um Apparently there's also like something there with the current conflicts, in Israel and Palestine
Oh,
that
that's
they are thinking of cutting out. But that's one of the rumors. I'm not too sure how credible it is. So take that with a grain of salt. But apparently there's a plot line there that it's like they might have to cut out because it's just not the right time for
right at the
that
right
plot.
time.
It's much like the Falcon and Winter Soldier where they had a plot line of a virus.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And as you know, I mean, everyone knows, COVID then happened, and they had to cut out that whole, uh, storyline, the whole pandemic storyline, because it was just
Just not
bad
good time,
timing,
bad
not
timing.
good
Yeah,
time.
that
So
makes
this
sense.
isn't the first time that's happened to Marvel, that a world event has, affected their storyline in some way. Like this is the second time, maybe third time. I have to think about another time, but I think it's only the second time. It's just, it's kind of funny that's happened twice. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Strange,
Not that
strange phrase.
the events aren't funny, but
Yeah.
it's just like, oh man, like they really have bad timing for stuff,
Yeah.
like it's
Coincidental
just
timing. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, it's just really, really bad timing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how this always happens, but here we are. But yeah, that's it for MCU news. Uh, but yeah, next we got Coyote versus Acme. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. That's fine.
The movie got shelved and then unshelved. Amazon is the biggest bidder at the moment, and WBD is just terrible run company
Yeah.
because like this would have been the third time that this happened because as you remember, Batgirl got
Batgirl.
canned
Oh,
for
yeah.
a tax write off.
I know.
Scuba Holiday Hunt got um tax written off as well. Oh man, just this company really hates movies. It really
Yeah.
does. Like it's and then to see that this movie, see at least with Batgirl,
Hmm.
it wasn't fully finished, and then Scoob wasn't fully finished either. So
So
it's just
it's
like it's like it
not all
sucks.
the.
So,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
this one is even more ridiculous than both because this one is actually finished, and not just that, the test screenings for this film were phenomenal. It was
Oh,
getting
really?
rated
Wow.
in the 90s,
Oh,
and they considered shelving it.
damn.
They
That's
did
not good.
shelve it, not even
Yeah.
consider it. They straight up shelved it. Um, but thankfully, thanks to the fact that multiple movie execs were canceling meetings with WBD because of this decision, they changed their decision and now are selling it, and it looks like it might go to Amazon.
Amazon?
Hopefully,
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, it sucks to see all that work and energy put into something and
yeah,
just not be able to share it. And then, of course, too, when it's getting a lot of positive feedback,
yeah.
a lot of positive praise, just to
It's
shut it
just
down,
mhm.
it's not really fair to,
For a tax write off.
yeah, for something like that. It's not fair to the actors, the
Mhm.
producers, the writers, the directors, everyone, the whole cast and crew. It's just not fair
Yeah,
and just
it's like
unfortunate. So hopefully Amazon picks it up. I mean,
mhm.
definitely now that you're talking more about it, I'm really hoping that someone does pick them up, and we'll see how it goes.
Because
But
Amazon's picked up, like stuff like Merry Little Batman and Batman Cape Crusader, so it's not the first time that they've done this.
so it could
So it could
possibly
work
see
out.
a home at Amazon.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
And while I drink this water, which is podcast is sponsored by water, drink that good H2O. I'll let you react to this. The budget for this movie was 70 million, right?
Oh wow.
And the tax write-off, they consider this writing it off for only 30 million.
Wow, really? Jeez.
Yeah, so it would have been an entire loss for this film.
Yeah, it's a big loss. Yeah, to go for that, and then the tax write-off. Wow. So hopefully Amazon picks it up. Hopefully it gets it home, especially if it's getting like really good praise. A studio wants to definitely distribute a movie that's getting a lot of good praise. So.
And it's like, I don't know, it's ridiculous, man. Again, WBD really, really shady. I don't like, how David Zaslav's been doing stuff lately. He's also moving WB games to live service games, so it means battle passes, more microtransactions.
Oh wow.
I'll make a video about that probably. We'll see how, because there's like a whole thing with them and then Take-Two, who are the GTA publishers. So I'll probably make a video about that. But it is ridiculous. It shows how greedy these corporations are. These whole strikes showed it too.
Yeah,
Because it's
just
like,
went in, yeah.
Zaslav's just so out of touch, because the Suicide Squad game is also getting a lot of hate because of the fact that it's live service and, battle passes and microtransactions.
Oh, so you got to do more of that.
And the digital deluxe edition is $120
for a video game. Wow,
it's nuts.
They've gotten so. When I was a kid, I mean, growing up, a new game would be like what $20-$30,
60 for
60. I mean, now I've gotten used to it, because really, I think when I was in kind of middle school, that's when it started going up to the 60 range.
Yeah.
But before it was $20-$30, and now if you want to get a deluxe edition steelbook, you're paying over $100.
It's a rip off too.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
So yeah, David Zaslav, you're out of touch. You're not going to watch this podcast, but I don't care. You're out of touch. No one likes you. Just quit, please. But yeah, that's the WBD news for the day. Up next, a very, very big news that came out a few minutes ago, as of recording, but this will be out on a Thursday. Pedro Pascal joins Fantastic Four and will play Mr. Fantastic.
Nice.
Which is a very, very big casting. It seems like he's the only one casted so far from what we hear. But that's very huge. A lot of the scoopers are saying, oh, it's gonna be Jake Gyllenhaal or what's his face? Adam Driver. But none of them were true. And no one was able to find out that Pedro Pascal was in the running, which is crazy to me. I wonder, that doesn't really happen too much, to be honest.
And I'm really glad he was casted. I definitely could see him as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's been crushing it lately with all of his work. The Mandalorian, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
He's been getting a lot of high praise. So I'm definitely glad that they casted him. And I look forward, and I hope that they do the Fantastic Four justice, please, because all the Fantastic Four movies have been pretty bad. I mean, the first one kind of gets a soft.
I like the first one.
Yeah, because I was a kid when I saw it, so it's not like
same with the second one. It's on theaters.
They're not like bad. They're not horrible. They're a little bad, but they're not like horrible bad. But
they have the Fantastic Four charm, I believe. They have the charm.
They have the charm,
yeah. They're supposed to be like Marvel's first family, and like you watch those movies, like you see that in those films, like you see that they have a lot of like charm. At least they might not be very good, but they have charm.
They have charm. They have heart.
Fan Four Stick. It's not Fantastic Four. Fan Four Stick did not have any.
Oh god, charm, the atrocious run from 2015.
The one that was literally called Fan Four Stick. It was terrible.
Garbage. Now that's horrible. That's garbage right there.
It is on my Hall of Shame of films.
Hall of Fame. So half a star, only half a star.
Yeah,
wow.
half a star. I would have gone lower.
Lower, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully they do it right, because Fantastic Four 2, they're very important to Marvel. So I'm really hoping that they got some good director, good writer. Looks like we got a nice cast, nice leading man with Pascal. So hopefully we can get that Fantastic Four movie that we all deserve.
Oh yeah, that'd be great, and I'm also thinking that they're making because Pedro's 48. So I'm thinking that they're making this this movie a lot, like have them be a lot older. So I wonder if they'll have his son in the movie.
Oh, that
and everything.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
I don't know why I said podcast, man. I'm out of it today.
We're on a podcast.
Yeah, we're on the podcast. Yeah, no, we're not editing that out. I save my embarrassment for the podcast. I put my embarrassing moments in here because why not? But great casting. I think it is an A+ casting.
Yeah. Definitely looks like it's heading in the right direction.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
and those Jake Gyllenhaal rumors did not make any sense at all. I don't know where you guys came up with that because like he was already Mysterio.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like
Yes, he
why?
was Mysterio.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess if you do a multiverse, but like still, why does Jake Gyllenhaal
Oh,
look like Mysterio? I don't know.
yeah.
It doesn't.
It
It
would
doesn't
be.
add up. It
Yeah,
does
it
not
doesn't
add
add
up.
up at all.
But yeah, up next, speaking of, there's been a lot of superhero news today, guys. So, this pretty much will be mostly superhero
It's all
news.
piling after the strike.
Yeah,
They're just all piling in.
yeah,
They want to get that clout already. All piling
yeah.
in.
So, the villain of Superman Legacy has been casted. Maria Gabriela de Ferrara will play the engineer. Who, not the biggest villain you could name, but still, it seems like she'll play a big role in this film, which is great. I like when they use like lesser known villains, especially in Superman's rogues gallery. We see most of the same. We see a lot of Lex Luthor. We see a lot of General Zod. We only saw Doomsday once, but we never really see like anyone like Toyman or a couple others. Like, so this is the first time where a smaller villain will be played in the you know in the Superman film. So that's cool. I like that a
Nice.
lot. Um, I just wanted to see something else before that, and then there's also a lot of other characters too, like Mr. Terrific and a couple superheroes to establish that the Justice League already exists in this film. Um, yeah, so I'm sorry. She's a member of the Authority, which is supposed to be something that they're building up to. Because the Authority has their own movies. So basically, think of like the Justice League, the Avengers, but like they kind of take it further. They're more anti-hero than anything. Um, but yeah, it seems like looks like the Authority will be somewhat the villains in this film, and that will like tie it into the Authority's actual
So the
film.
authorities actually. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm like thinking, I'm like, wait, the engineer, that sounds familiar. I was thinking it's not, because I know like it's connected to Superman, but I don't think it's necessarily a Superman villain. And I'm like, I had to double check on my sources, and yeah, no, it's a Authority member, so that's cool. It was weird because I think there were rumors that the Authority wouldn't play a role in this film, but it looks like it looks like they are. It looks like she's the main villain. I think it's looking like this movie will be about, like how the authorities start off as villains and I think she will be one of the villains. I don't know if
Be
she'll
one
be
of
the
them.
main villain.
Okay.
Um because, the authority is a bunch of people.
Yeah.
A bunch of different I don't know if they'll have the entire one, but it looks like they might have some. So it might be like them, like, turning out to be these guys that think they're doing what's right. But then it turns out they're not.
Yeah.
And then they kind of figure out we'll see. It'll be interesting how this film is going to tie into a lot because it's not even just so it ties into the authority. It's going to tie into Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So this is a cool start. I can't wait to see what James Gunn is cooking up.
Yeah.
The DCU is going to be cool.
He did a really good job. He definitely did a really good job with the MCU universe. Looking forward to seeing what he does with the DC universe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the guy. He was a big comic book fan growing up as a kid. So he's the guy to help put the DCU back on track because we've been getting a lot of flops with the DCU over the past like 10 years. I mean, we got some hits too. Wonder Woman, the first one, 2017.
Yeah, the first one's good. The second one did well for the time it was released.
Well, yeah, because it came out. Yeah, it came out like in December.
It was It was highly streamed on HBO Max.
HBO
too,
Max,
so,
yeah.
it did pretty well for the most part. Maybe not in the box office, but we give an exception. That is an asterisk just because of COVID. If it was like like now, it probably would have made almost as much as Wonder Woman. I would be surprised. Yeah.
And then they also did Shazam. The first one is pretty good.
Yeah, and then the second one
is bad.
It's just there's no consistency with that universe. Not a lot of stuff tied into. So to see that stuff is tied in with the first movie, that's great because that shows that they're dedicated to a larger universe. That they want to have all these characters connected and make sure this is the same universe. This is what's happening in the timeline and all this stuff, stuff that the original DCU didn't really do after Justice League flopped because after that movie flopped, what move, it took until the Flash to see, other Justice League members, crossing over with each other. Although am I wrong about that? I mean, I guess there was Shazam where they had Superman, in the film, but like it wasn't actually Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And I lied. Actually, I lied about that because since Superman, Henry Cavill showed up in Black Adam
at the end,
and so it was like happening at the end.
At the end.
At the end of the DCU, it was definitely happening a lot more. It started off with Black Adam, and then Shazam had Wonder Woman in it. I don't think that's a spoiler at this point. Then like
the movie's been out for a couple of months,
and then the Flash had Batman and Wonder Woman in it, which was cool, and plus Supergirl. And a small Superman cameo, but you don't see Henry's face. But it was just still very minimal and still, like in the long run, none of it mattered.
Yeah, it just
and those last two ones didn't matter, especially because like they didn't really factor into anything else in the universe. While at least with the Black Adam one, like it was supposed to factor to Superman versus Black Adam.
Yeah,
it's just
sadly we won't get to see that because the whole issue. I mean, with Black Adam not really performing super as well as they hoped in the box office a year ago. Then on top of that, with Henry Cavill not returning as Superman, which was really bad. It was really bad timing because it just came. Black Adam had come out like at the end of October of last year.
Oh yeah,
and it was hyped up. People were hyped up, and then like 2 months later, Henry Cavill's like, "Yeah, I'm not Superman." So it was really bad timing. But they've got some hits, and they definitely with Blue Beetle, which we both enjoyed.
Yeah,
I think Blue Beetle was really good.
Yeah.
And the next one we have is Aquaman. So I'm not sure how Aquaman will perform. I did like the first Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I didn't love it, but I did enjoy it. It's a movie that I'd probably, if I do go to see the new Aquaman movie, I probably would revisit it.
Yeah.
Just to refresh my memory. But yeah, we'll see how Aquaman performs because I know they haven't been showing her in the trailer, but Amber Heard is definitely going to be in Aquaman, the new one. And I know they haven't showed her in the trailers.
Yeah, they haven't really showed much of her.
Yeah, I don't think
we play a big part in this movie.
Yeah, I think her role will probably be very minimal.
Yeah,
probably even like a cameo.
Yeah.
At this point, but yeah, she hasn't been marketed in the movie like at all.
The only ones that have been marketed are let's see, Aquaman and of course Aquaman, but then what's his face? I forgot to say Ocean Master. Yeah, and Black Manta are the other ones that really like those are the three that actually have been promoted, but we don't really see much of Amber Heard's Mira. We see her baby though.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because they both had a kid apparently. In the ever since the events of Aquaman. So yeah, I guess we'll see. It doesn't seem like she'll have much screen time there.
Yeah, I think because there's people when the whole issue with her and Johnny Depp, the trial.
Yeah,
I mean they like 1 million people signed a petition to not have her in Aquaman, the new Aquaman movie. Like 1 million people. That's
a whole other issue I won't get into. It's just there's so much there's so much there to like
to dig deep
into because it was a whole crazy situation. But yeah, I will say it kind of stinks, like it's just because I did like their chemistry in the first movie a lot. I think they did really well. So it does suck to see that she probably won't play much of a role here.
Yeah.
But yeah. Besides that, I hope that movie is like a good send off for the DCU. And I'm just looking forward to the DCU. Like it's like everything that I've heard so far about it, it looks really promising. Creature Commandos looks like a little bit fun.
Yeah.
That's the kickoff next year. And then Superman Legacy. Everything I'm hearing about looks like
a lot of good
excited.
Things. So definitely pumped. It looks like they're gonna take a good direction.
Yeah,
they got some stuff going on, and with James Gunn, have confidence in him. I mean, he really did a really great job with his movies with the MCU and the Guardians.
Yeah.
So I definitely have confidence in the MCU.
Yeah,
I keep on saying MCU. So the DCU, I feel like they would make a comeback to probably that Batman level.
Yeah,
because the Batman level was really popular. I mean, with the Tim Burton and with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
and I mean, I guess we have the nostalgic people who like the Joel Schumacher ones.
Yeah,
which are not the best Batman movies, but in our opinion, at least, they're still pretty watchable, but not bad for a watch if you're going to take a trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
But with James Gunn, I feel like it could go back to that level again, for sure.
Yep. But yeah, that's it for DCU news. So I kind of lied earlier and said there was no more WBD news, but that was WBD.
Technically, yeah.
But yeah, guys. With that said, we're gonna take a little bit of a break. We're gonna go to our sponsor. Thank you for sponsoring our video every which way. And we'll be right back. Do you guys like D&D? Well, check out my friends at WCS Radio who have their own podcast called Every Which Way, which is a TTRPG podcast where they play Monster of the Week. Jared, Sam, and Noah are three people living in Wisconsin who find out monsters are real. Listen in as they hunt down the monsters before they become the hunted. This podcast is available on every platform you can listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. So be sure to check it out. It comes out every week. And we would like to thank them for being our sponsor for today's podcast. And that was our sponsor, Every Which Way. Once again, thank you to them for sponsoring us. We'll have their link tree down below if you want to check out their stuff. They also have a TikTok. So yeah, be sure to follow it. It's usually Which Way. But yeah, great podcast. And also shout out WFCS Radio wearing their oversized jacket or hoodie or sweater.
Their merch, their swag.
Yeah, I don't know why I went to hoodie. But regardless, I'm wearing it and it is awesome and it's very comfy. And also WFCSradio.com. Check out their shows.
Or if you want to listen in the car, 107.7 WFCS, New Britain, Hartford Radio, The Edge.
Yeah.
Got to get that legal idea.
Yeah.
When we did our shows.
Yeah, but only if you're in the greater Hartford area.
Greater Hartford area.
Yeah, but with that said, let's go to our next news. Destin Daniel Cretton leaves Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Not sure what's going on in the MCU, but he's expected to stay as executive producer for Wonder Man and executive producer and director for Shang-Chi too. So, yeah, some weird news. I'm not really sure what's going on with the universe.
Yeah, I feel like ever since the strike came back, Marvel, the MCU is kind of like scratching their heads for which direction to go. They're basically getting back into the groove of working and finding out what show goes where, who's going to direct this, who's going to direct that. So I feel like that's what they're in, and then trying to get back to work.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're kind of a little all over the place.
It's weird. It's weird. Wow, these chairs are
very
very loud.
noisy. Yeah,
I didn't expect that. But this is really, I don't know, it's weird. We'll see how it is with the MCU. I'm not sure what they got cooking up or something. I know there's been we talk about it a lot. There's been a lot going on with the MCU in terms of how it's doing critically and how it's performing the box office, and it hasn't been too hot lately. So I think they might be wanting to change things up, or I don't know. It seems like kind of messy right now. So we'll see what happens. I just hope they get everything together and create a good phase 5 and 6. It's just because phase 5 started off pretty weird. Yeah, pretty mixed so far. So we'll see. I wonder if the King Dynasty will even be a thing. I don't know if Avengers: The King Dynasty will stay a thing. We don't know what's going on with Jonathan Majors. If they'll recast Kang or you know. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I hope they continue on with Kang because there was a rumor they might move on to Doctor Doom instead. I'm just like, that's stupid. Just keep doing Kang and build him up. And it's not too late. It's not too late. No one saw Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. No one saw that movie. You can easily just move on. Yeah. And that's just one variant out of many Kang variants. So just keep going. Recast them if you have to. Finish the story you started and then save Doom for later. Yeah. I think that's what they should do personally because why rush Doctor Doom also? They don't
you don't want to rush projects too because then it could come out sloppy.
How's that any better than what they'd be doing now? Yeah. Besides the fact Doctor Doom is awesome, don't get me wrong, but it's just why rush him? He's already been destroyed twice. You don't need to do it a third time. Yeah. Don't hurt me like that. I'm tired of him, in the first two, again, those movies aren't good. But I didn't hate him in those two movies. He was fun. But he wasn't really the Doctor Doom we probably want to see. Yeah. And then the 2015 one, he was, what was that?
What was that? The atrocious one.
That's all I could say to it. What was that? I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's just his Doom, that Doom, bro, was bad. And he looked terrible. And why did they make him look like a robot?
I know. It's
and I don't know, it was bad, and they made him like, I don't know, like a guy who just plays video games and does nothing. Also, like, it's not Doctor Doom, man. Like, what is
I
this?
know.
That's not Doctor Doom. Like,
I
that's
don't know what
just
they were thinking when they made that one.
yeah,
Definitely something was really going wrong when they
yeah.
did that
And
one.
they were gonna change his name initially too before they changed it back to Von Doom. It was like gonna be Victor Domish or
What?
something like that. I remember like that was a whole thing, and then they were like, "Oh, actually, we changed it back to Von Doom." Like, yeah, no, this movie was gonna suck. We knew this movie was gonna be bad,
Yeah.
and it ended up being worse than
The
we
best.
expected.
Yeah.
Probably, it was worse than I expected. I thought it was gonna be like mid at
9%.
best, but
9
9% on Rotten
9%.
Tomatoes and just disaster in the box office. It was a
Yeah.
disaster movie. Um, I can't name a single good thing in that movie. Can't name one.
Just the end credits. Just
The end credits are no, even
not
the end
even not
credits
even
suck
the end credits.
because they had this awful dubstep movie music in the end
Oh, the
credits, and
music.
it was bad. That soundtrack's bad. Actors and actresses are good, but they're wasted.
Yeah, they're
Michael
not.
B. Jordan is wasted. Miles Teller is wasted. Kate Mara is wasted.
Yeah.
Toby Kebbell, who's really good in Black Mirror, wasted. Like, I could keep going on and on and on and on and on and on, but they just, this needs to hit.
Yeah.
It's bad that The Incredibles is still the best Fantastic Four movie, and it's not even a Fantastic Four movie.
I know, right?
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see what the MCU does.
We got Pedro now. We got
Yeah,
Pascal. So hopefully
that's
we
a good
just
start.
yeah,
It's a great start.
it's a good start. Good
Great
start.
start. Yeah, not that the original. Not, I don't think that problem was ever the casting of those movies.
Yeah, the casting
Yeah.
did the cast was pretty good. I mean, the original cast for the
Julian McMahon was like, like when you think of a Victor Von Doom,
Mhm.
he looks like a Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, like he looks like a Victor Von Doom. Like I feel like with good writing, he could have been a good Von Doom.
Von Doom.
Yeah, I
No.
feel like he had everything, to a T with Von Doom. Um, but yeah, I don't know, it didn't work out. So we'll see with everything with King Dynasty, Fantastic Four. There's a lot. There's a lot to
There's a lot
unpack
to
there.
unpack for sure.
And I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And it's good now that we have a lot more progress of stuff because of the strike being over. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks, months, days, seconds, minutes, so on.
And so
But yeah, last but not least, our final news of the day. More superhero stuff, guys. Let's go. A What If trailer got released today. Looked pretty good. Very excited. It looks like there is a storyline there. Overarching storyline. So I'm pretty excited for that. We do get. I know you didn't see it yet.
I just saw the poster.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I've
but
seen
we
of it.
do get some Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster again, which is
Nice.
great. We
The
also,
legend.
yeah, we have a lot of people back. We'll see how it goes. I know they had like they were gonna do episode of Tony Stark being the one to go to Sakaar instead of the Hulk
Chicago.
and
Nice.
Thor Ragnarok, but that was supposed to come out last season actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but it's coming out this
So
season.
now
So I've been looking forward to that episode. Very excited to see it. That's one of the things I'm most excited for in the MCU.
MCU.
But
Nice.
the biggest thing about What If is the fact that it's not going to be released weekly. It's going to be released 9 days in a row.
Oh wow, really? That's
9
strange.
days in a
So an
row.
episode comes out, then
Yeah.
9 days, and then they wait another. Wow.
Yeah. So it starts December. No, it starts December 22nd.
Yeah.
Then, episodes released every single day until the final episode.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's cool. We get an episode every day. I like that. I like that. I like what I'm hearing. I'm like what I'm hearing.
Nice.
I
That's a
can do that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, between that and Echo releasing on this like entirely on that same day, on the
Yeah.
same day in January, like I like that. I like that
Good.
so much better.
Got some good Marvel shows coming out for
Yeah,
sure. Because I know they've been having their issues with their movies, but with the
yeah.
shows, they've been doing pretty
No, the
solid.
worst shows might be worse actually.
The shows.
The movies are like the movies like can be pretty. Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess the movies have been like but I feel like the shows like you had Secret Invasion, man.
Oh well,
Secret
Secret Invasion.
Invasion.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
really didn't like that.
And
Yeah.
also, they've been having troubles with the finale. So, like, the WandaVision finale was such a disappointment
Oh yeah,
for
WandaVision.
how awesome the other episodes were. Falcon and Winter Soldier finale was stupid. Even though Captain America Falcon looked awesome. Um, Yeah, no, the finales haven't been hidden, but I hope it hits. I heard the Loki finale did
The
though,
Loki
so
finale,
the season
nice.
2 one did too. I'm halfway there, guys. So, I might have a review about that this week or next week. We'll see if I do one. If I do one, but yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to What If, and I don't know if I'm looking forward to the next trailer I'll be talking about. We both saw it. Madam Web,
Madam Web.
uh, the new film that's coming out in February from Sony. It's part of Sony's Spider-Man universe that doesn't have Spider-Man in it. Um, and I got some bad news, Javi. It's written by the guys who made Morbius.
Oh, so yeah, probably a pass for me because Morbius was terrible, and not just terrible, it was boring, and I didn't even finish watching Morbius.
I also didn't finish watching Morbius, but
Yeah,
I said it would be a pass, but that movie wasn't a pass for me. I'm like, oh no, I have to see it now because
yeah.
of everything I've heard about that made it so bad. Um, I will say though, in that film, Matt Smith, he made me stay
He made you stay, Matt
because
Smith.
Matt Smith was really good in that movie. I still like Matt Smith.
Excellent.
He was the only good thing in that movie.
Morbius.
Yeah, like he was cool. Matt Smith is just a cool actor. Love that guy. House of the Dragon is cool too, and Doctor Who, of course, so on. But and the poor guy, man, this is another time he's been shafted in the franchise because he also was in freaking Terminator Genesis.
Oh, really? Terminator Genisys.
Yeah, like, oh man, I remember my dad, he told me how bad he went to the theater, because he was on a business trip in, Texas
Mhm,
in 2015, and he went to go with his friends to see Terminator Genesis,
mhm.
and, yeah, he came back and he's like, "Yeah, that movie sucked."
That's like
He would
yeah,
always make jokes about it too, like,
the bad Terminator
yeah,
movie.
very bad Terminator. Worse than
Jeez.
Salvation, how low
Salvation.
can you go?
Yeah.
Um, but
Wow.
yeah, Madam Web, the trailer, let's talk about it. It doesn't look good, I
Yeah,
will say.
I mean, with some of the things that we had talked about before we went on our show here, the costume,
Yeah.
uh,
The cast, okay, let's get this out of the way first. The
the
cast
casting,
is solid. I can
Dakota Johnson,
Sydney Sweeney,
Sydney
Adam
Sweeney,
Scott,
yeah,
like love all of them, you know.
mhm,
Uh the casting is not the issue in this film. It's a good cast. The issue looks like the lines are really badly
the
direct.
dialogue,
Yeah, like
yeah,
the director didn't seem to do like this is just a trailer though. So I shouldn't judge it too much because, there are some times where the trailer doesn't really do like the actual line justice. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like
yeah,
it will sound way different in the final cut. It did happen a lot with The Exorcist Believer. Not that that's a masterpiece by any means, but and I will keep complaining and destroying that movie every time I could bring it
every
up
time you can
on
get
this podcast because it's bad. But there were some lines there that ended up being different. In the final film, especially the one where they're like, God played a trick on you, like
oh,
that
yeah,
was there. And then there's of course some lines that don't make it to the film, but yeah, the trailer was not good though, guys. I will say that because so I'll say okay, some of the things. The costumes look
mhm,
really cheap.
yeah.
Really, really cheap, if I'm gonna be quite honest. The
Not like
Spider
movie
Woman,
material, yeah,
yeah. Julian Carpenter, Spider Woman, which is played by Sydney Sweeney. Her costume looks like a cosplay that you would see in Comic Con.
yeah,
It did not look
that's
good in the
valid,
trailer.
valid.
Um, I think it was Isabella Merced,
Mhm, she's in there,
was
yeah.
playing Araña. Uh, sorry, my Spanish is bad there, jeez. Yeah, and I'm a Hispanic guy, dude, and I can't even pronounce stuff right. But yeah, no, we didn't really see much of her costume. We just saw her mask.
Just saw her mask, yeah.
And then the other Spider Woman there, I forgot her I forgot her name. But yeah, she is doesn't look like her costume looks cool,
Yeah.
but
She had the one just like the one
yeah,
from No Way Home, right, with
yeah,
the
with
thing
the
sticking out.
spider arm sticking
Yeah,
out,
with
yeah.
the spider arms.
Like her costume looks cool, but it looks CW budget in the trailer. But again, this is only the
The
trailer.
trailer.
CGI gets finished, and it looks like it might be a. How do I explain this movie, dude? Because like the trailer didn't really. Her name's Maddie Franklin.
Maddie
Sorry,
Franklin.
yeah. Um, in the trailer, it didn't really like. I guess it's this guy Ezekiel Sims who a lot of us Spider-Man fans know from the comics and everything. He was in Across the Spider-Verse as the spider therapist actually.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You know, the guy that's like, "Oh, let me guess, your uncle died." I don't know if you remember that
Yeah.
line, but that's Ezekiel Sims. Um but and I would say in the, you know, Ezekiel Sims, they got him down to a T. That's one positive I would say. You know, they have him in the suit, barefoot, just like the comics. But then they also have him in like a weird black Spider-Man suit, like kind of not like the Venom one, but like a little bit lighter, but with red and like he moves like Spidey.
He moves like Spidey.
Yeah, and I don't know it, but it looked really. It would look like a fan film. You would agree?
A fan film. In a way, I mean, yeah, when I saw the trailer, I wasn't really too moved by it or anything.
Yeah,
It just like, okay, I mean, yeah, Spider Woman.
yeah.
That's
Which is
cool, but
exciting. I like
which
Spider. I was
yeah,
very excited for the Spider Woman part. Sadly, it's not Jessica Drew. I would love to see Jessica Drew Spider because that's the OG. But you know,
but
like
yeah, with watching the trailer, I mean, it could change. I mean,
yeah,
we'll see if they release another trailer, which as the
they
movie
will probably.
probably approaches
I hope it's
closer,
better too.
they'll release another trailer. But yeah, man, I mean, seeing that one, it just didn't really do anything
Yeah,
for me. It's not like, oh man, I can't wait till
it's
February. I'm gonna
just
rush into the theater and see Madam Web. You know,
like it
yeah.
looks like. Did you see that's awful Gotham Knights show on CW?
Gotham,
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, no.
No, Gotham. I love Gotham.
Gotham,
It's not.
Gotham, the one on Fox, yeah.
It's so corny. I love that show. But Gotham Knights is like the one where they kill Bruce Wayne in the beginning.
Oh no, I haven't
Yeah,
seen that.
and oh, dude, you like. I'm sorry for like ruining your life now because the fact that you're one of the people that don't know that show exists,
Yeah.
like that's a gift. That show was so bad they canceled it after a season. And they replaced Bruce Wayne with his Turner Hayes, his adopted son, not even like an actual Robin.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's just
Yeesh.
everything about that show's bad.
I
Really,
believe
really.
it.
Except Misha Collins as Harvey Dent. He was cool. But yeah. It looks like that, but not as bad. I think it looks slightly better than Gotham Knights from this
Slightly
trailer.
better from Gotham.
It looks shot like it's like Gotham Knights, you know? Like I don't know what's up with the trailer that makes it look like a CW show.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the CGI. I don't know. It's just something feels off about this
Something feels
trailer,
off.
dude.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, the casting is good.
Mm-hmm.
The costumes look bad. Just, you know, like the lines don't look like they were it doesn't look like, you know,
Yeah, the dialogue
something
was
that'll
written
be
too well. The
yeah,
script, yeah.
which is the problem that Morbius had. And, you know, considering this is the same writers as Morbius, are we surprised?
Not
No,
a
we're
good
not.
sign.
Dude, it's
Not a
not a
good
good
sign.
sign at
Oh
all, you
man.
know. I don't know, man. I'll hold judgment. I'll hold judgment, but everything I see about this movie, just I'm not excited.
Yeah, it's nothing like I mentioned, it's nothing that's like gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
let's go. Here comes February. I'm gonna be the first one in line, get my
yeah.
tickets,
So you know,
for Madam Web.
and Madam Web, if you saw the '90s Spider-Man, you'll probably know who she is, and if you played Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, done both.
I read some of the
Yeah,
comics growing up too,
yeah.
Spider Woman.
Like I like her as a character. She's cool. This the plot is Cassandra Webb is forced to confront her past while trying to survive with three young women with powerful futures. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
And it's coming out February 4th on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it might do all right,
Yeah.
but well, no, we'll see. It's also it's just the writing, man. That's
The
like
writing, yeah. I
because,
agree.
like I said, you put Dakota Johnson, Sydney Sweeney, Isabella Merced, you know, like uh, Adam Scott, Mike Epps,
Mike Epps. Oh
yeah,
wow. It's gonna be in there.
yeah, which was a surprising. I when they said Mike Epps was in the movie, I'm like, huh?
I know. In a Marvel
Yeah,
movie, I would yeah.
yeah.
And Emma
Emma
Roberts is
Roberts
good?
is in the film too,
Oh
yeah,
wow,
but we
interesting.
don't know who she's playing. Regardless, like you know, like it's not like it's a bad cast. So like, so it's a good. I don't. Okay, the thing about this universe, right? Sony
Mhm.
Spider-Man universe. You look at all three movies that have been released so far, and I don't think you could say that all like you can't say like the cast is the problem in those movies
Yeah. No,
because
yeah.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Those are movies that have amazing actors and
Yeah, Andy
actresses.
Serkis, Woody
Yeah,
Harrelson. Yeah,
Andy Serkis as a director.
as a
You had
director,
like,
yeah, sure.
yeah, you had like Tom Hardy, Woody Harrelson, Michelle Williams, like Riz Ahmed, who like those are people who've been nominated for Oscars and
Yeah,
what's it called, Golden Globes, and like it's not like it's not like
it's not the
the
cat. Yeah, it's
it's
just when
not
it comes down to the script, the
yeah
script, the story. Yeah,
yeah the script is where, and I didn't hate the Venom movies. I like those movies, but
I like the first one. The
yeah,
second one,
I like the second one
the
more than the
second. Oh,
first.
really?
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't super into
I
the
didn't hate
second
the
one, but
first.
I did like. I did mostly enjoy the first
Yeah,
one.
I just thought. I mean, Carnage is a way better villain than Riot.
Carnage.
Yeah, but like it's just I don't know. I think out of the, I will say, okay, I'm just gonna straight up say it. The Sony Spider-Man universe is stupid. Because like, how are you gonna have a universe without Spider-Man? Called the Spider-Man universe? Like everyone agrees, like it's stupid already.
Mhm.
But I think out of all the projects I'm seeing, like Venom 3 is one I'm excited for because, like I said, I like those movies. Are they good? No, but they're fun.
They're
They're fun.
entertaining. They're good
I like
entertainment.
them because they're fun. And they're just terrible fun. But I think the ones that I think might actually turn out good is Craven the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, because you got J.C. Chandor as a director. He directed a lot of great films. What was it? What's it called? It was the one with Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. It
Oh,
was
most
Most Violent
violent
Year.
year.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. He directed All Is Lost, Margin Call, Triple Frontier. Like those are all really good movies. I think that has promise.
Yeah.
Really good cast with Aaron Taylor Johnson and Russell
Oh,
Crowe.
okay. Nice.
Who I know there was someone else too that was really
So you
good.
got Kick-Ass and
Yeah,
Gladiator.
Ariana DeBose after she won a
Oh, for West Side
yeah
Story. Yep.
after
Nice.
she's literally an Oscar winner.
Yeah,
You have
she
two
is.
Oscar winners there with
Yeah,
her and Russell Crowe.
that's right. Gladiator.
Like
Yeah.
that is not a bad cast. That's a really good director too. It's a really good cast. Like
Yeah, Craven the Hunter.
yeah,
Definitely looking like
and
it's shaping up to be something good.
and I like the trailer too.
Craven the Hunter.
Like some people will be hating on it, but I think it was fun. But Madam Web, I feel the opposite, and I hate to say that because like I want movies to be good,
Yeah,
but like it just I don't know. It's like the writing looks Morbius level, and that's what sucks. You
it
change the
does. I
right,
feel
yeah,
with the look and the
uh,
script. Yeah.
and there were rumors that because like we don't really like I read the plot too, but like if you look at the trailer, we don't know what this movie's like is. Like, is it a multiverse film? Is it just like take like happening in that same universe? Is there even a Spider-Man that exists? Like
Yeah.
we don't because like or is it just like Spider Women in the universe, but like no Spider-Man? Like are they coming first before no one knows. Like it's really weird. We don't know what is this universe is really leading towards
Yeah.
to because like unless it like connects to Spider-Man the Spider-Verse films, like we don't really know because we don't know there's a Spider-Man here. We don't know anything. Actually, no, we do know. I don't think there is a Spider-Man in this universe because I remember at the end credits of Venom Let There Be Carnage, it's not like Eddie Brock knew who Spider-Man was.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
And it's definitely following Peter Parker before his
Yeah.
newspaper days. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So who knows? I heard the original plot. But I don't know how true the rumors were because there's a lot of rumors. Um, if they go the route that I heard might be the case, like where it's like all of them trying to save a Peter Parker and Aunt May and Uncle Ben before I think it's like before Peter was born. Um, or no, I'm sorry, not Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Okay, so the rumor is that Adam Scott might be playing Richard Parker, which is Peter's dad, and this might be taking place um before what's it called anything with Spider-Man before Spider-Man was born. Like I'm on my thinking it's like a specific movie. There's no specific movie. Um, but yeah, like it's like I don't know. It's if like that was the plot, I'd be interested. I won't lie
Yeah.
because like if they're going back in time to save Spider-Man, because like I guess like Spider-Man is like without Spider-Man you wouldn't have like your Miles Moraleses or your Spider Woman's and your other Spider-Mans like
Yeah, all over the
Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and of course, like I said, Miles, the other Spider-Man, and all these the Spider Woman, and so on. Like I don't know, we'll see.
We'll see how it happens. I mean, 3 months comes out
at this point because like this is just how I'm confused with this film. I'm confused with the marketing it fits so far. Like we know it's about Madam Web who we could see in the future, but like we don't know anything else. Like
anything else?
I don't know. We'll see. This is just the first trailer, but I don't know if like I see a lot of comments about it, and I don't think anyone really got the marketing for this film because, like I said, very talented cast. Even the director's not bad, but like those writers, man, they need to stop hiring them because they like how many chances do you need to fail before like studio like okay, I get it. They do what the studios want. They're cheap, but it's like it's just like. You're not doing this universe any favors, man. Especially after Morbius, how much of a mess that was. Like
it was, Morbius is.
Like I said, I'm just rambling. Sorry, everyone. It's just I don't know. I'm confused by this. We'll see. We'll see. I just wish the costumes look better, but maybe they'll look better in the final product. Who knows? But
hopefully, maybe it's one of those things where it's like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
when people were complaining about how he looked.
I don't think you can fix this though, because then you're just gonna have to reshoot all those scenes with Sydney Sweeney with her costume. Yeah, cosplay. That's true. Spider Woman. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, Sony's Marvel Universe, Spider-Man Universe, Marvel of something universe.
Too many universes.
They have so many names for it. Who even knows at this point? Like they change the name every time. But yeah. Enough about Madam Web and superheroes and everything because now look what Sony did to me, man. They made me so confused. They made because this universe makes no sense.
It does.
Like how again, Spider-Man universe, but there's no Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna leave it at. Tell me guys in the comments or if you're watching, think about that. How does that make any sense? How does this movie make any sense?
There can't be a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man, without Peter Parker.
It's just his villains and his, his allies, but there's no Spider. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on to what's coming out this week.
Nice.
And it's better movies like The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes coming from Lionsgate this Friday. Another Hunger Games movie, and it's getting good reviews from what I heard.
So far, it looks like it's doing pretty decent.
Good to hear.
I might check it out.
I'm going to check it out.
So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. And then we'll kind of chat about it. But different cast. We got Rachel Zegler, Viola Davis, Peter Dinklage will be in it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what the final project looks like.
And what's her face? Rachel Zegler.
Yep.
I forgot the guy's name, but whoever's playing Cornelius Snow.
Oh yeah. I don't know his name.
I forgot his name. Yeah. But yeah, after that we got Next Goal Wins from Searchlight Pictures, which isn't getting the best reviews.
Taika Waititi. You were planning on seeing that, right?
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it, but like,
check it out.
What's going on with him, man? Like,
it's at 4. Last time I checked, it was at 47.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Like it's not looking so good. Like it's it's an ego thing or like like
because his last movies were pretty good with
and then Thor: Love and
Thunder was down, went a little bit so we'll see.
Yeah,
but the next one that's actually getting surprisingly good reviews and you thought would be bad was Thanksgiving
from TriStar.
Yeah, for TriStar it has currently an 87% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
so. Yeah, I'm surprised. I might have to check that out now.
Yeah.
Because it's from the Grindhouse, the trailers that they did, and basically 15 years later they said, "Hey, let's make it to a movie." Directed by Eli Roth.
Yeah, after a hobo with shotgun and machete were made. Yeah. Now we have this. But I will say I thought this movie was gonna suck, guys. I won't lie to you. As of recording, has an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just like Eli Roth. He's really hit or miss with me.
Yeah.
And just in general, because his Death Wish reboot was trash.
Oh yeah.
What was it called? Knock Knock with Keanu was really bad. Sorry to my grandma. I know she loves Keanu. It's just I can't defend that movie. The Green Hornet, which was the Green Hornet. My God.
Oh, the Green Inferno.
The Green Inferno. I'm sorry, man. The Green Inferno. Yeah, no, that movie I was excited for, and then it wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
Yeah, like this Borderlands movie they has coming out next year apparently is not good. Yeah. Like I'm so hesitant with it because and then your cast, you have some decent actors in there like Patrick Dempsey. They had Addison Rae in there, which is why I was a little bit hesitant too. Yeah. Because it's just like her acting skills aren't like amazing.
Yeah.
I did see like She's All That. I saw that on Netflix where He's All That.
Oh,
Whatever.
the reboot one.
Yeah,
Though
the
he's
reboot
all
one.
that.
It was
Yeah.
like it was not good. So that's why I was a little bit, a little bit like
Hectic. Like,
yeah.
yeah, not too sure about it going in.
Yeah, and then there's like Rick Hoffman for those who saw Suits, who he played what's his face? Louis Litt. He's in it too. Yeah. So it seems like it's good. Um, and I hope it's good. I hope it's good. And yeah, maybe we get a surprise performance from Madison Ray. Because
Yeah,
like
you never know.
yeah. Hey, listen, man. On the other hand, that was her first movie, I believe.
He's all that.
So I will give it an exception because she never had acting experience before.
Mhm.
She still doesn't have that much, but it could always improve. People
Yeah.
always improve and everything, and her acting might fit well for a horror movie too, um, for whatever role that she plays. And then you got Patrick Dempsey in there for those who love Grey's Anatomy.
People apparently
Yeah,
he's people's sexiest man of
yeah,
the year.
sexiest man
So
alive. So
yeah.
yeah. And then up next, we got a movie I'm looking forward to because it's by Emerald Fennell, who made a fantastic movie with Promising Young Woman,
Mhm.
and her next film is Saltburn,
Oh yes,
from
yes,
MGM.
yeah. Promising Young Woman is really great movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, fantastic movie. I love
Yes.
that movie.
Yes.
And she did a great job, and I'm really looking forward to see more of her stuff.
Saltburn.
I
Yeah.
was really sad that because she was writing a Zatanna movie for Warner Bros. And DC, but with the reboot and
Oh,
everything,
with
but
the
I hope
issues.
that's still on. I would love to see that still on. Like
Yeah.
James Gunn, because like man, when you have someone as talented as Emerald Fennell,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't go
let that
wrong.
go. You can't let
Oscar.
that
She's an
go.
Oscar winner,
You know,
and it shows with her.
yeah.
Promising Young Woman was one of the best movies. It came out in 2020.
2020, yeah,
2020. I saw it in 2021, but yeah, it's
yeah. I
definitely
saw
one
the
of the.
right one also.
But it was really good.
Yeah,
Really, really, really good
like
movie.
you can't, when you have someone as great as her, like
You can't go wrong
you
for
can't
sure.
go wrong. You can't let her go. You gotta make sure she's on board.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it stars Barry Cohagen, and it seems pretty interesting for the most part. Um, I forgot. It's like supposed to be a black comedy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's a good cast of Barry Cohagen, Jacob Elordi from Euphoria fame, Rosamund Pike, Richard E. Grant, Carrie Mulligan, who was
Okay,
in
so
Promise.
so
Yeah,
yeah, she was in
most
Promising Young
people.
Woman.
Yeah,
Okay, so they're collabing again, which is good to see.
yep, and yeah, it's a really good cast. So very looking forward to it a lot. And yeah, so struggling to find his place at Oxford University, Oliver Quick finds himself drawn into the world of the charming and arrestic. Can't speak today, man. We'll skip that word. Felix Ken, who invites him to Saltburn, his eccentric family sprawling estate, for a summer never to be forgotten. So yeah, and it's getting good reviews, so that's great to hear. And yeah. And then last but not least, from Universal and DreamWorks, Trolls Band Together. I didn't see the first two. I probably won't see this movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen the troll. I mean, I see ads for it. I mean,
Yeah,
looks like a family movie. I mean, hey, if you have kids,
yeah,
they like the first two Trolls. There you go. It's coming out this Friday.
yeah. So
If you're an
if you
NSYNC
have
fan,
kids, yeah,
allegedly, I guess there's going to be some members of NSYNC who are going
yeah,
to make appearance in the film, doing some of the voices. So,
yeah. So
Justin Timberlake fan, he's the main voice. So,
mhm.
yeah,
So that's coming out and everything. And yeah,
nice.
with that said, guys, I think that's it for what's coming out this week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything else coming out this week. I don't think
I think. Yeah, I
on
think that's
TV.
just not that I know of.
Yeah,
No, nothing new. Because the shows, we won't probably start seeing shows probably till a little later on.
yeah,
And I know some shows probably won't come out till early next year, like they were saying January or February of
yeah.
next year. So
Won't be
they're
surprised.
in the works. They're in the works.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I think that's it for what's coming out this weekend. With that, it ends our broadcast for today. Thank you guys for watching the Real Rap podcast. We always appreciate those who watch and everything. It's always great. We love the support. And yeah, if you're watching, share this with your friends. Guys, we're very close to 100
yes,
subs.
almost there.
Yeah, It sounds like I'm e-begging right now.
Yeah,
but
definitely spread the word. Share it. We're almost there. We really appreciate you guys subscribing, checking out our videos. We always love the feedback, the comments you guys leave, and we just love sharing this with you guys. So thank you.
It's always great. But with that said, guys, thank you again for watching the Real Rap Podcast. This is JP.
This is Javi Rodriguez, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
No one ever cared what you said, but to say that means never listening to what mom say. Always had a dream on moving at my mom's place. Always hesitating when it came to putting on the wrong face. When it came to putting it on face. When it came to building up a better being, but a better being. Never been in the back of your thoughts. Never ever thought you'd ever see them, but I bet that you were heated, but you scream in the back of your thoughts. Nightmares and dreams in the back of your thoughts. Life with a meaning.